Warning.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.
What up, y'all? It is the Bathroom Chronicles here. What up, y'all? How are you guys doing today?
I am lovely. How was your week, Lou?
My week was amazing. Like, it was a great week. And I'm not saying it was great because, it was just great because I woke up all week. I'm still here. Like, I woke up all week.
How about you over there, heady head?
Yeah, my birthday was yesterday.
What up? It's your birthday. Go
Pisces
ahead.
in the building.
Hey, said, all I want for my birthday is a big booty.
Stay tuned to the auction.
We're going to buy a big booty senior citizen for his birthday.
Hell no.
He want a gift.
It was all right though. I ain't do nothing yesterday. I stayed in the house.
No,
You gotta rest up for that party this weekend.
Right.
Listen, I want you to stop saying. I tell the kids all the time, stop saying you're not doing nothing. You did what you planned to do, which was to do something. I was going to stay at home.
You stayed alive. You had
I stayed at home. That's something.
enjoyed yourself.
Right.
He was at the casino clowning too.
Oh yeah, that was the other
Seen
night.
that video.
Hey,
Oh man.
did you win at the casino?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
hey, can I hold
Give me
something?
$1
Yeah.
here.
What y'all need?
Hey,
Dollar.
What y'all need? That's what I'm here for.
I need 10, 20, 30, 40.
You know when you give away money, that's your blessing.
Listen.
You gonna get it back and
Absolutely.
listen to what?
No, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, because I'm right there with you. I'm sorry. Go ahead. You said when you could give it away,
No,
you what?
when you do stuff for people, you gonna get bigger things in return.
That is the biggest blessing. Like, y'all, listen. When I say, because I say that, like, y'all, listen. Like, forget everything else I say. When I say listen, that's the part. Like, listen. Like, my prayer is, God, give me enough to be able to give it away.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't about what you give me. Let me be a blessing to others. You know what I'm
Absolutely.
saying? And so I get it when you say that. Like, hey, what you need?
Right.
So I'm going to send you that DTE.
That motherfucker high, because they just did an increase.
Exactly.
I had a great week, y'all. Little under the weather for the week, but I'm here. Berg is not with us this week. Sending love and prayers and blessings to him. And what was I gonna say? I just want to say one thing real quickly. Like, Lou is the shit in the morning, y'all. If nobody looks at her page in the morning, just look at her page in the morning. She's singing, dancing, popping, all while riding to her job. And she just gives me this great feeling, like, even if I haven't been feeling all good all week, it's like, I be like, look at Lou. At least somebody feeling good. So, I just wanted to say shout out to Lou.
Oh, my God.
She gives good energy.
I'm
and
gonna
it's
have to
great.
check you out in the morning.
Y'all, listen.
It's great.
But it's not, let me tell you this. It's not every morning. Like I'm telling y'all, like, I am so big. Like, I gotta swim. I am not sinking. If you are, and listen, if you could see my face right now, I don't, like, anybody who's tuning into this podcast, you shall swim in this season of your life. Like, there is no sinking. And when you feel like you sinking, you better shred some water. You better backwards float. You better do something to stay above water.
Something.
You know what I'm saying? And so that's kind of really what it is. Like,
So
you know.
Lou is like our life jacket in the morning. We appreciate that.
Well,
she's my life jacket in the
Right.
morning when I'm not feeling
So
well. It's
what
just a
time
blessing.
What time? 7?
It's a blessing to be a blessing to somebody, because you never know what that tidbit can give somebody to get through the day, right?
Oh, yeah. Because you
And,
never know. And listen, but you never know what people are going through. And what I tell people is, you never know who's on the bridge and who's about to jump. And it could be your voice, the last voice that they hear. And it could be something encouraging that make them say, oh, what the hell am I doing? Let me get my ass down off this
Cold as
bridge.
hell on this
Right.
damn
Or
bridge.
you could be the voice that's saying, oh, shit, let me just jump. If this is what I got to look forward to, let me just jump. And so just know that it's always somebody listening, and your audience is your audience. And as long as you reach the people who God have assigned to you, you are doing amazing work, right? And so let's give a shout out to Mark. I saw Mark.
Woo!
What I do this time?
Mark does his
I
damn
saw
thing.
Mark in the swamp this week. Mark, what was going on? I saw you in the swamp this week.
She talking about the swamp. Yeah, so I was summoned out to, what was it?
Greater Grace.
Grace. The church where they were originally doing the search, when they just did it the other day for Naziah Harris. The father was out there, and he told me The reason why I rushed out there is he told me that they found a body out there and the news was coming, and they was about to interview him, and he wanted me to be a part of the shit. But allegedly, I mean, they didn't find one. I guess he was just up in arms, or what? Maybe he got confused because they actually did find a body in Monroe County that morning, closer to Ohio. So maybe when he said that, when he heard that, and he confused it with them searching up here by the water and put two and two together. But I was actually live to the point where some things were being said about the whole situation, and I was contacted by the police, and they told me to shut my live down and go somewhere else.
And it probably was.
And do something else.
Because let me tell you this.
Wait. I went somewhere else and went live somewhere else, and I found a fucking shoe.
I saw that.
Okay, that matches one of Zaya Harris's pictures, right?
Oh,
and then,
for real?
Yeah, and then we got a whole Mark D clone out here, you know what I'm saying?
My God.
50 Cent ass nigga with the magic stick.
Oh,
You're behind the bar, boy.
Nigga, you might have found the shoe once, but I found the shoe twice, ass nigga. I got the magic stick. He went out there the next day and rediscovered the shoe and got the police calling me, asking me, is he some of my people after they done told me to stand down. They feel like I done sent some of my peons out there. I'm like, nigga, that's why I had to go off like I did, because you smearing my integrity now. You know what I'm saying? People follow me and trust me because I'm putting out plausible information. You out here lying, saying the police called you. The police called me and told me they didn't call you.
Right.
yeah.
Right. So like, come on, man. What the fuck is going on? Don't do this shit for clout. And then in between the posts about Nazaya, you wanna follow, subscribe to my YouTube to hear my weak ass verses and shit.
Right.
That's not what this is about.
And you know what? And you're right, because I saw you. Like, it's not too often that I see you, see Facebook between certain hours. And I saw it, and when I came on, I'm like, dang, Mark got about 800, 900 viewers. And then you got a phone call, and I remember you like, oh, who was calling me at this time? But I remember you guys had just found a shoe. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
That had happened.
See, that was the police calling me, telling me actually, that was the police calling me, asking me where I was when we found the shoe. They called back after they told me to shut it down across the street. Then they see my live again, like, hey, where are you? We need to find the shoe.
And I don't even know if they actually showed up. But we wanted to say that Mark does his damn thing in the neighborhood, in the city, and we support him. So fuck y'all if y'all don't, because that's that. And for all these people that's jumping on and trying to get on this damn bandwagon, let me tell you, baby, God is going to deal with y'all in the end, because this is about our babies. This is about this young girl that's missing, and we need to bring her home. And we still praying for her, and we still sharing her page, and,
Yes, and it's so many
sad
things.
for them.
It's so many things about this situation that just does not feel right. Being a citizen of the city of Detroit, it's just certain stuff that happens, and it's just like we figure it out, and this is not right. And so I am going to say this on the Bathroom Chronicles, that whatever the foolishness that is going on with this baby, it needs to stop. Because it's too many people that are connected. This baby is a reflection of every baby that's in the city of Detroit. Absolutely. And so whether it is her mama, her daddy, or whoever, Billy Bob down the street, somebody around the corner, whoever it is, we ask that you bring this baby home so we can give this family and this community, because at this point it's the community that needs closure on this situation. And so we send prayers to that family.
We sure do.
Right. So before we get into our broadcast, so this month is Women's Month, and I just wanted to give a shout out to a woman who I have watched over the years, who I really feel like, who has a lot to say and who can be an asset, who is an asset to the city. And that is going to be Miss Casey Wilborn, who is doing some great stuff in the city of Detroit. If you do not know who she is, I suggest that you follow her. Like, she has a word. She is definitely about empowering the people around her. And she has a story, She is a true Detroiter. And so I want to give a shout out to a woman who who I follow. I look up to her. I believe in her story. And, Casey Wilborn, I acknowledge you, and I think that you are awesome. Can we just give a shout out and a little round of applause to her?
Thank you. We appreciate it. And real quick, before we get into our topic for the night, we'll give it over to Head, because it's Head's topic for the night. Shout out to all our viewers that tune in every single Friday here at the Bathroom Chronicles. We love you guys. We appreciate the support. And let's keep doing what we do every Friday. Yeah, what's our topic for tonight?
The topic is: do you think babies break up happy families?
So, of course, when they give me this stuff, the first thing because y'all know I love music.
She got a song for it. Like to hear it. Here it go.
Here it go.
MC Light.
So y'all listen. 50 Cent had a song that said, "Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire." Right? Y'all know that song. 50 Cent, "Have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire."
That's what my baby mama was listening to on the way to my house.
And so this is the Lula remix. "Have a baby by me, baby, you gonna be by yourself."
And that's the reality.
And that is the reality.
That's Mark's remix too.
That is the reality. Like, do kids really, kids are supposed to be the glue, and are they really being the magnet that's pushing people apart? You know what I'm saying? And so here, what made you want to have this conversation about, our kids, are they a blessing? Or we know they're a blessing, but we're talking about relationships. So for all of y'all spiritual people, we are talking about, are they a blessing or a curse to a relationship? We know they're a blessing to the world, right? But are they a blessing or a curse?
And just so we can clear it up for our viewers real quick, because I see David said outside babies. No, we're talking about if you're in a relationship and she gets pregnant.
Right.
Does that make the relationship or does it break the relationship? We're not talking about outside kids, because I'm getting the fuck on.
Before he get into his point, can I make one real quick point about just how I feel? So I believe, of course, that like you said, babies are a blessing, right?
Absolutely.
But the curse comes with the person that you have them with if they're the wrong person.
You're going too far. We got to that part, there.
Mark had to release that.
We haven't got there yet.
Oh, my bad.
Listen.
Come on, Head. Give it to us.
We haven't got there yet.
Why we choose this?
Why did you choose this?
Because I remember back in 2009,
Damn.
I used to always have this conversation with my son's mother before he was born. And I used to be like, cause I got a lot of homeboys and people I be around, and the relationship be going good, but seem like soon we have a baby by a person, it's like, I don't know, it's the baby that take all the energy away from the your spouse or whatever, and they focus on the baby. But like now, there's a lot of people out here that got kids, but they not together. So people might think like he probably was a deadbeat daddy or she was a deadbeat mama, but to me, this is what it seemed like. It seemed like every time somebody have a baby by somebody, it's like, okay, let me put it like this. I'm
gonna ask you a couple of questions to give the audience some feed, because people they know us, but they don't know us.
Right.
So I'm gonna ask you a couple of questions before you get into your point.
Okay.
Here, how many children do you have? 3. Okay. And how do you mind saying your age?
49.
Okay. And the reason why I say that is because, nowadays we just assume stuff. Like, we just assume that, okay, maybe it's a bunch of kids, or maybe, a person is young. And so when he's asking this question, he's asking as a 49-year-old man who have 3 children. Right. Okay. And so when you're saying like, okay, a baby, so you can go for it. You said like, okay, you had a baby or you had a baby or whatever. Go ahead.
Right. Let me see what I was getting at. Okay, so I used to tell her this all the time, like, baby, I think babies break up happy families. She was always like, boy, you crazy. Don't know babies break up no happy family. I said they do. And then one day we was sitting down, we was watching The View, and the topic was, do you think babies break up happy families? And she looked at me and just bust out laughing. Like, I said, see what I tell you. And then most of all the views were saying that they think that kids do break up happy situations, because they said once you have a baby, it's like all the attention go towards the baby, so it ain't going towards the loved ones anymore.
It's like, go ahead.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
It's almost like when a baby come, it forces both parents to impose entitlement on the other one. You know what I mean? Responsibility. Like, you're responsible for this. Like, you know what I mean? So now it's not even about the bond that we created or the love that we have for each other. It's about us making sure that the other one do what we feel like they're supposed to do for the child. And key word, making sure the other person feels like do what we feel like not what we supposed to do for the child. We worried about what they're doing for the child, and that's what creates the turbulence.
So let's just start with because we talked about how his age, how many children he have, because we have to speak from our platform. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is where we're at, and then we could speak to it. Mark, how do you mind saying how old you are, how many children you have?
I'm 42. I got 2 kids.
Okay. Michelle?
I'm 80. No, I'm just kidding. I look good, mother. There you go. See him. No, I'm 44. I thought I was 45, but I'm 44 and I have 5 children.
Okay. And then I am 47 and I have 2. I have 2 children. So we are speaking from a place of where we're at. You know what I'm saying? And so this is why I wanted us to say this because we're speaking from this age group. If you feel like you have something to add to this conversation, please feel free to call in when we open up the lines because you may be able to add something that we're not aware of. Is that a fair statement?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly.
So you was like, you felt like, you know, the baby can break up a relationship.
Right. And then after because at the time, me and her, you know, she wasn't pregnant at the time. When me and her, was she pregnant? No, I believe she wasn't. We was having that conversation way back then. So now, like, me and her used to always hang out together, go places together and all that. But when he came along, it was like, she went her way, I went my way.
Yo, I'm double dutching because I feel like I want to just like get into this conversation so bad, but I want to be able to hear it from a man's standpoint and to be able to understand how would a man feel. Like, what do you feel? What do you like? What
Why
did
you think you went?
Yeah. Were you living together? Like, what?
No, at the time we was living together.
Okay.
Then, you know, she moved out of state. You know, after my son, when he was born, you know, her parents, her grandma, her mother, they stayed in Atlanta. And so, you know, they wanted to get a chance to, you know, see the baby, get the baby, whatever. So after she was down there for a while, you know, I'm like, shit, it's about time for y'all to come on back now. But now this time, her grandma they got attached to my son. So now she's like, you know, my grandma got a turn. It was a long story. But anyway, I was down. You thought I stayed around the corner.
You did. You was in Atlanta a lot.
Year.
You was in Atlanta a lot. Yeah, a lot. And so that's kind of, you know, what happened. Well, so you're speaking from a man's standpoint. And the one thing that I am committed to do in this space and season of my life, and Michelle is going to tag team with me, is we're going to listen to what the men are saying.
We got to give y'all our women's perspective too.
Right.
We're listening to y'all men.
Well, yeah, we want to listen to understand.
This is Ted's topic.
Yeah.
We are.
We want
to give you our women's perspective.
If y'all would have heard the last show that was just, man, y'all
I know, I just said when I go home, I got to watch that.
We want to listen to understand and not
have done that.
If we want to listen to understand and not just to respond. You know what I'm saying? We want to listen to understand how you all feel. So my story here, you know, because I think if we all tell our story just a little bit, then it would help. So my story is, like, I was a daddy's girl. I stayed at home. I was raised, like, you didn't live with nobody. You didn't shack up. You didn't, you know, all that stuff. And I you know, got pregnant. And so I was pregnant. I was at home, but I was still, you know, definitely, like, active with my son's father, like my boy's father. I was there with him or whatever. And so literally from the day that I went into labor, like, I was at home with my dad. Right. But when I went into the hospital, the things began to change, you know. And so my late husband, which is my son's father, was like, nah. When it was time for me to go home from the hospital, I was torn. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't, you know, like, living with somebody was not what I was, you know, taught to do. And so, but he was like, hey, nah, my son coming with me. like y'all coming with me. Right. But at the end of the day, if you want to go here, you could go here. But my son is coming. Like, I don't want you to, like, you're not going to take that from me. You know what I'm saying? Right. And so, you know, he had prepared a place. We had a home. Kids had a room and everything. And so we went there. You know what I'm saying? Now, I can speak for me, being in that space, coming from home. You know what I'm saying? I know what happened with me. And what I saw was, here it go. I'm about to drum roll. Women, when we are in a relationship with a man, we are constantly growing. Every step, everything that we do is another step. So, okay, I'm your girlfriend, that's one step. Oh, okay, I'm your lady, that's another step. Oh, we moving in together, that's another step. Right. So women, we steady moving. Like, we're steady, like, going up this ladder. Where men are right here. Like they are like just, I'm here. And it came a time where I felt like everything about me is changing. Like, I'm a mother, so I'm breastfeeding. I can't really do like I have to change. I'm forced to change. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Where in his life, like so when people break up, when I've heard people break up, the first thing I hear is women say, you know what? He never matured. Where men say she changed. And I'm saying, yes, we had no choice but to change. And the reason why we're not together is because you did not change. We had a child, and it's change. Like, change must come. And so that's what I personally feel like happens in relationships. Like, so that's like really, when you really think about it, I believe that relationships are not, sometimes you can have a child before a relationship is mature enough to withstand a child. You know what I'm saying? Like, the relationship, we haven't been through enough to know each other like that, to be able to withhold this whole human life that we have here.
Yeah.
And so
sometimes things move really, really fast.
Yeah.
Like, y'all dating.
Yeah.
And a month later you're pregnant. A month later you're married. Like, what the hell?
I want to speak to some, you know, and I know you were, I ain't gonna say I guess, I know you were speaking for yourself when you said there's
I'm speaking for me.
to the shit in regards to women moving in relationships, but that's not the thing. That's not the case with all women.
Oh, no.
You know
I don't think it's all women. I think she was just speaking from
for
her.
me. So I'm saying for me. And so,
For
Michelle,
her.
you can speak from where you at. Like, what was your
Well, I
experience?
had two different things. So
Okay.
I was a teen mother, right?
Right.
I had my first son at 16, so definitely I was with my mother. I was home. So, just a totally different experience, okay? But then as I got older and I had other children, I was actually married, right? And then, you know, we divorced and that. So I can't really say from my perspective, because I was never the bitty baby mom. I mean, you got a lot of different avenues. Oh, you can't do this. You don't want to be with me. You can't be with me. You know, you can't see your kid. All that other stuff. Whole nother show, right? So I've always tried to co-parent as much as possible. Probably wasn't the best at it when I was younger with my first son, because his dad was a street dude and I was trying to protect my child, right? But that goes to the fact of, you're young, you don't really know. I'm maturing and moving really, really fast at a fast rate because I have to now. And he didn't. But as women, we have to, because that's what we taught all our lives, right? So, but I want to speak from one experience, and I won't say her name. One of my sisters just had a baby about 3 months ago, right? So this is how I look at it. You and him chilling. Y'all hi. Y'all going to the movies. Y'all getting it in.
living.
I mean, y'all living your best life.
Right.
Boom. She ended up pregnant. So now there's a greater responsibility here. Right. I mean, you was coming over my house. You was chilling. Right. You might have been at my house more than half of the time. Yeah. But I'm an independent woman, so I'm taking care of my own bills. I'm holding my own shit down because you don't technically live here, right? Okay, cool. Now you technically live with me because now we have a baby together, right? Cool. But there's a greater responsibility now. Like, I'm looking for something for your ass to chip in, because now we got a baby together, and it's a 50-50, and I'm looking for you. I'm requiring more of you because we have a child together. You see what I'm saying? But if you didn't discuss that and figure it out before you popped up pregnant, then that's when you bump.
Yeah.
Like, I wasn't paying bills before. Well, what the fuck? You got a baby now? We got a baby. It's a greater responsibility. Right. So now I'm requiring more of you, and you ain't ready for that more, because we was hanging and chilling before this baby. So it just depends on, like, that conversation needs to be had, and I'm not saying. And
so that's the reason why I would say, like, it's like the relationship is not mature enough, because I'm saying, like, if we are in like months ago, because we are in March, so kudos to the Bathroom Chronicles we are in our third month, right?
Hey.
And we are doing some amazing stuff, and we have yes, it is, and we have some amazing content that's going forth. I get a lot of feedback. But, you know, in month one, we talked about relationships and dating, you know, and if you have a a pregnancy or a child in a premature stage, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're dating, we're getting to know each other. So, you know, I can speak for me because I'm 50 years old, so I ain't having no kids, but I'm just saying. So, you know what I'm saying? If we're in the stage where we are dating, we're courting, we're going out, we're hanging out, we living it up, we doing this, we doing that. Like, life is good. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're good. Like, we don't really have that type of, like, the responsibility we have is as individuals. It's not it's not collectively. It's not together, right?
Right.
And so, you know, here you handling your bills, I'm handling my bills, and we're living life. So let's just say a child comes. So, you know, even though a child, and I'll say this on record, I'm gonna look y'all in the eye, like. Like, a child having a baby, that is a beautiful thing. Like, that is definitely and I'm saying when it's good, because we do have those situations when it's not good.
When a child have a baby?
No, let me sorry. When you have a baby,
when a woman has a
child, that is a beautiful thing. There are times when it's not, and that's because of the situations. Like, sometimes people are put in situations that they didn't want to have a child. Okay, so I'm talking about the good situations. Right. Mm-hmm. And so it is a outward I don't know the word I'm using. Like, you can see it. Like, this is a symbol of our love, of who we are. Like,
she's glowing.
You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, this is how much we love each other. We created something.
That's when it's both
right?
mutual, that they both
right. You know what I'm saying? But that's not mutual. I'm just, it's a sign that we were together, and it is a beautiful thing. Because in that moment, it is beautiful, right?
So
when you are intimate,
it's all about communication, though, right?
Yeah.
So do y'all think do y'all think it's the time to bring, like, a newborn to this world, how the world is today?
So that's a different conversation.
That's a different conversation.
Just saying, though,
yeah.
If I had to do it right now today, no.
Right.
So I would say that, and I would say that the type of mother that I am, right, like who I am, and you know what I'm saying, and
at all, Floyd.
Like, I would say yes, like, because I feel like I would equip them. I feel like the father will we would equip them to have a good life.
So let's address Floyd. Floyd has a lot to say. He said, let's promote marriage. Marriage is fine. Marriage is not for everybody. I know people that's been married. I mean, not married, but been in relationships for a very long time. The moment they get married, they fall off the top of the bridge. So marriage is not for everybody. And I know some nice, prominent families that kids have been raised. Marriage is not for everybody.
Let's promote families.
Okay.
Let's promote families.
Right.
Because a baby is supposed to signify the love that you have between the both of you. Mm-hmm. Now, does it work out like that? Absolutely not all the time. But a child is supposed to signify the love that you have.
Marriage, because I believe in it and I'm all for it, but
it's not for everybody.
It's not for it, and in this day and age, it certainly ain't for everybody.
Right, but I also want to say this: when you say a baby does not signify love, like, listen, Floyd, when I am talking, listen, when I'm talking, I would say, like, because I said it, like, okay, I'm not talking about in all cases.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I would say that, like, and not in all cases, you're right. But in a lot of cases, like, hell, like, if I don't love you, why am I sleeping? Like, if I don't trust you and I don't, like, why am I sleeping with you? You know what I'm saying? Because honestly, Floyd, let me say this.
After it's too late.
Because let me say this, honestly, Floyd, if you want to be, like, what you're saying is, like, if I'm laying down with you raw, shit, I should be loving you. Right. Like, for real. So. I should be. So when I'm talking like overall, you're like, okay, you know. But however, I believe that when it comes to having children, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think that a person lays down with someone
with intentions to have a baby.
Right. And I don't think a person lays down with somebody with the intention of saying, I hate this bitch either. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm excuse my language, but like, you lay down with somebody because you have a feeling that's within you and you feel like this person and you have this connection.
Let me ask y'all something, right? Mm-hmm. Y'all all said one common thing, right? Communication needs to be had beforehand, right? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So let's say we're not married, right? We're just kicking it. I guess, in the budding stages of a relationship, if you could call it that, like that, and you have the conversation of both of y'all not wanting a kid, right? She has 4 kids already, and you have 1, and we both make the mutual agreement that if something happens, like, we don't want no kids.
Right.
Then something happens, and then she changes her mind and wants to keep the kid.
Right.
And not only keep the kid, but keep the kid from you, okay, in a manipulative way, right? And then make it seem like painting the picture like you're a deadbeat, you don't want the kid, right? And then want to hit you for child support.
Right.
So,
there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. So Mark, so I'm gonna, because you said a lot. You said a lot. So can we break it down in pieces? Okay.
Okay. Start with.
So you started with, you met somebody and you both agreed that you do not want to have kids. Okay. So as a woman, this is what I would tell any man. This is what I would tell my son. If you don't want kids, you make sure that you're protected.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, it is her choice. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, I am pro-choice. I am pro-choice. Like, I feel like a woman should have a choice of what she do with her body, right?
Okay.
But I also feel like that you should not use abortions as a form of birth control.
Okay.
I don't. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want, so I'm saying if you don't want children, then do something to not have kids. So, Mark, so I'm saying as a man, if you know that she has the final say so, and you know that, like, hey, I don't want to have kids, then you got to do something to not have kids. You have to, because you're leaving it all up to her.
So now she gets the green light for being manipulative though, and even though we have this agreement,
I think
it still all falls on the man. It still all falls on the man.
So that's why I say different parts.
So that's why it goes back. That now that you brought up in the beginning, I always said this shit. That people's like, well, you lay down with her, you know what I mean? You had unprotected. That's like me saying that I'm getting in the car with someone, going to the store, and then I get into a car accident and get killed. That don't mean that my intention was to get in the car. We was going to the fucking store. I got in the bed with her to fuck and have fun and shit. It wasn't to have a baby. So we didn't have that intention. She didn't have it either. But now I get blamed. I get blamed.
So that's the second part of it. So I'm saying the first part is if you know she's driving and it's her car and it's in her name and she has the final say so, then no, you should do something. So I'm just saying that's the first part.
But you know,
I was going to the party and shit.
Well,
I didn't mean to get into an accident. I didn't mean to get into an accident.
Right.
I'm in agreement with Floyd. That's probably a whole nother subject for us, y'all.
I agree with it. I agree.
But forgive me if I mess your name. I think it's Kay. Kay said, "Yep, man should always wrap it up if he doesn't want."
And I'm not avoiding accountability of the man.
No,
I know that it's my fault. So I shouldn't have been fucking with a bitch with 4 kids in the first place.
We can't have any if men protect themselves and they choose not to protect themselves. It is what it is. So a woman can be irresponsible, but a man can't be serious. That's what Floyd said. And Mrs. Beaver said, I feel like if a man is completely done, just go get snipped to protect yourself from unnecessary child support, or a woman not on the same page as you. And that's funny that you said that because... But
I'm not on child support, by the way.
Right. But it's funny that you said that because Corey's last child, his mother is woo. Like what Mark is dealing with, and Corey went to go get a vasectomy, and it was exactly because of her.
I'm not about to scare me. Let scare me to chop my balls off, bitch.
I understand what you're saying.
Chop suey.
And I understand.
How many kids he have?
Corey has 6, but what I'm saying is, he was just like, hey, this is. That's it for me. Like she, was like, nah, fuck that. And she was the woman that approached him and was like, no, I ain't trying to be in a relationship with you. I want to fuck, and that's it. Da 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 da. I don't want no kids. You don't want no kids. Da da da. The women are manipulative.
Guess what? When I say that I didn't want any more kids, it's not to say that I actually didn't want any more children. I didn't want a kid with her. I didn't want her. Right. I didn't know we wasn't that. But I want my son named him after me.
So it's two things I will say is, one is the word Mary McVeigh, that's my mama. Mary McVeigh would say, hey, if he don't want no baby, don't get. Hey, that's your baby. You had that baby, that's your baby, because he already told you he didn't want a baby. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what Mary McVeigh. So listen, when they talk crazy, blame it on my mama, because Mary said if he don't want no baby, don't have no baby.
That's true. That's just like with a woman. Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I'm about to say what Nicole said, but go ahead.
No, I'm about to say when a woman do end up in the midst of getting pregnant, and when you tell her like, you know, I ain't ready for no kid, I think she should get abortion. And then listen, when she be like, well, I want a kid, so it's her choice. So when she had that baby, but now she want to come looking for you, telling you his daddy or on this, I'm put you on child support. You ain't taking care of your kid. But a man tell a woman like, listen, I don't want no kid.
You can give me. Well, how about you can give me him?
And I'll take care of him. Yeah.
And I can take care of him better than you can. But you want to do this shit for the fucking check. Yep. There's a lot of career baby mamas out here that only have these babies for the fucking
career mamas. Oh, that's a good conversation.
Career mamas. They have children.
Then that's when you know, right then and there, that the motive is different, right? Because Corey was the same way. Like, give me my son, I'll take care of him. I don't have a problem with it. If that ain't what you want, give him to me. I'll take it.
Right.
Nah, because then that's when it becomes the wrong motive for everything. She ain't have a baby because she wanted a baby and she loved him, da-da-da. Right. They had babies to be a part of these men's lives forever. Right. Are you serious right now?
See, man, my last son that's 10, his mom, we plan on like having him before he was here. You know what I'm saying?
So y'all planned it.
Yeah, we planned it.
So y'all planned it. It's like,
said,
okay.
I would have handed this way over so quick. It wasn't even an option that was available. I know that's right.
Nicole said practice abstinence. And I'm going to say this to Nicole. Like, Nicole said practice abstinence. Like, hey, just go cold turkey. And I'm going to say this, Nicole. Like, the one thing that I know, and I learned this back in 7th grade when they was teaching sex education in schools. Once you had it, your body craves for it. So it's like very hard. Yeah, like it's really hard to practice abstinence. You know what I'm saying?
We can talk about wrapping it up and all that other shit, and then one fun night ends up bad.
Sex play a part in the relationship.
You know why some women, and I'm speaking to the women because this is what we're talking about. Me, I'm a man, and I get women pregnant, right? So the reason why some women get the man that they want is because they have their standards at a certain spot. Mm-hmm. That's the reason why they have the life that they want, everything that they want, right? So when it comes to having sex, right? Mm-hmm. When they say when they say, oh well, you need to wrap it up. What did this comment just say? A man can wrap it up. We can't have them without a man. Period. But you're allowing the man
to go up in
to go right. So if a man, if all women held the standard of like how y'all don't like sagging pants, right? Mm-hmm. If all women held the standard of I'm not giving no man no pussy if they got sagging pants.
Right.
No man with sagging pants would get pussy. If y'all held the standard of all men, if no man is coming up in me without no condom, right? Mm-hmm. It'd probably eliminate 50% of the sex. Right. Because we can't go in there if you don't let us.
Right.
No mean no.
Right.
And
so when women say, oh well, man couldn't wrap it up, that gives me the impression that you just like a pillow prison, just laying there letting yourself be had by a man and whatever fucking condition he's gonna take you in.
And then you know it ain't like
do you have any control? Like you just laying there, just letting yourself just take me, just you know what I mean. However, I'm just blindfolded and whatever the fuck you stick in me and shit, I'm just gonna have it and shit.
Can we open up the lines, Nicole Jones? I feel like you need to call in. Like, can we open up the lines for call in? Because we want to hear y'all voice because, you know what I'm saying, everyone's experience is a lot different. And we want to be able to hear what you all have to say. Because the one thing that I feel so when you say, do kids break up relationships, I would say that it's only a relationship that's not mature enough to withstand a child. You know what I'm saying? And so, like, if we still in the partying, we in the lit stage, and now here we got a baby, and now we can't go nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
And these babies are they real life babies. Yeah. You're not gonna put them on the shelf and come back and utilize them when you want to.
Okay, look, let me tell you. Y'all probably don't remember this. This was like some years ago. Mm-hmm. Remember, it was a couple that was married. It was a white couple. They was married, and they had a newborn, and so so the mama. The father used to get, all he did was work and come home. He played with the baby. All his attention was on the baby. So I guess the mother got jealous or whatever. Uh-huh. So one day, she cooked him dinner and everything. He came home. He was eating dinner and everything. He asked where the baby was at. She said, "You eating him." Y'all remember that? This was like years ago.
I'm gonna answer y'all quick.
Yeah.
That question, somebody said, what standard should a man hold about getting a woman pregnant? I want to come back to that in regards to my situation too.
We got a call coming in. Okay.
What's going on? Well, this motherfucker ran out of minutes as soon as I picked it up. Don't call on your page plus phone.
Dion, what about your auntie?
Hey, my son is in Chicago right now. Hey, Dion. I love you too. He is graduating May 11th.
Dion, what's
I could
the
do
deal?
that.
Dion better shout his auntie out. That's what he better do.
We're going to have him come back in.
Oh, they got minutes. That quick. There we go. About to call back. What's going on, caller? Who this and where you calling from? Turn that down in the background, please. No Bluetooth and speakerphone so we can hear you clearly.
Hello?
Yeah, what's happening?
This Kenya.
What's Kenya? What's happening?
What's up? You know what? I'm on both ends of the stick, right?
Okay.
And I feel like this. If a man has higher standards himself as to what woman he's sleeping with and having unprotected sex, you know what I'm saying? Then it is what it is. Now, you can't put all the weight off on us women.
Now, again, I'm talking about my situation, right? Because I can't speak for all men in all situations, right? But if we had the conversation, right, on one hand, we both don't want no kids and shit, right? But you've made me believe in you to the point where I told her this. I said, you know what? If you did get pregnant, I probably would feel better about you having a kid because you're an experienced man. You already got kids and shit. And you making me feel like you for me at this time and shit. Right, you know what I'm saying? Right. You making me feel like you know what I'm saying? You making me feel like you in my corner and shit. You love a nigga and shit. You know what I'm saying? And it ain't about her being so much as the one, but like I feel like she understands. She, you know what I mean? She done got in my head because it was a time I was all fucked up. Motherfuckers dying in my arms, grandma died, cousin died, uncle died, motherfuckers suicide, all kind of crazy shit. So she coming in as a confidant on some, swooping in at the time where I was almost vulnerable. I hate to say it like that.
Right. You know what? You acting like a victim.
No, nigga, that's
a victim. He's a victim.
The fuck it was.
He was a victim.
That's what the fuck it was.
Mark was a victim, y'all. Mark can be a victim. Men can be victims
see
too.
But the crazy part, you see how she laughed.
That's why me. No. Mark, don't do that. Mark, don't do that.
That was your first impression, but that's the reason why. That was your first response.
Mark, don't do that.
That was your first response.
I think we lost our caller.
No, it was somebody else calling in. We're gonna get this other caller. Oh, she ain't even get her point out. She ain't get her point out. Come on, Kenya. My bad. No, she done hung up. My bad.
Call back, Kenya.
Call back, Kenya.
Call back, Kenya.
313-723-0481. Caller, what's going on? Who's this? Where you calling from?
Hello.
Yo.
Who's this? Mike.
Man, listen, man. Get your call together, man. We about to get this other caller, man. This Kenya calling back. This Kenya, what's happening, baby?
So, like I was saying, y'all can't put all the weight off on us. Okay.
No, we're not. No, listen. Let me say something. My point that I was making, because it's always the emphasis on the man and being like 80%. But stop. Let me talk, because that's part of the problem. Let me finish my point. The emphasis of the 80% of it is always on the man, and it feels like the accountability is always avoided on the woman having any responsibility of getting pregnant. You're the one that gets pregnant, and it's like our fault 100% of the time for everything. That shit is crazy to me.
But so let me,
I understand it is our fault. We stick our thing in y'all to get you pregnant. I understand. I'm not saying that
that's
we're not.
Right.
Okay, but all I'm saying is we never hear. You hear how I'm taking accountability for the man being that we never hear the woman take accountability for the woman's side of it.
Okay, so
can we? All I'm saying.
Oh, so listen. All I'm saying is this. And thank you, Kenya, for calling in, because what I'm gonna say is this. Listen. So we're talking about, because it's levels to this shit, right? So one instance we're talking about, if an immature relationship. So when you have a child in an immature relationship, that's the problem, right? So the other part is what you're saying is, Mark, I never wanted a child. And I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? Because I am old enough to know.
What? I can say I never have a child and put the condom on and it busts.
Mark, I know that there are relationships that is being had where it's like, no, we're not in that type of relationship. We have an understanding. Like, we know what it is. We should not be bringing a kid into this. I get that part. You know what I'm saying? I understand that. So I'm not saying that you are wrong. That's where you fall in at. Okay,
yeah.
I'm talking about the so based on what Hedda said, can a baby? So let's just say we are in a relationship. We in a relationship. Can babies break up relationships? Yes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm that's what I'm talking about. Like, yes. You know what I'm saying? On your part, Mark, I would say, like, listen, like, you have to know the caliber of woman that you're dealing with.
Yeah, most definitely.
If you're dealing with a woman,
that was my fault.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you right now, if you are dealing with a woman that's between the ages of 38 and I would say 43, and they do not have kids, and you don't want kids, don't sleep with them, because if they get pregnant, they're going to keep the child.
Okay, if they keep it and then the guy don't want it,
but what about
listen to what I'm saying.
I think that's a whole nother
Listen to what I'm saying. It depends on the age.
Right.
They are 37, between 37 and 43. So they are in the end, like, technically what the medical world say, the end stage of having children.
So they might have.
And so if they do not have, if they do not have kids and they get pregnant during that time, they're going to keep the child. They're not going to give a fuck about y'all. Excuse my language. They're not.
But okay, look, just check this out, though. Women is slick just like guys.
Hold on, Kenya's still on the
Go
phone,
ahead,
y'all.
Kenya.
Yeah, because let me say this. There's a difference between, let me say on the female part, growing up with a father in the house or growing up without a father in the house. One, I'm going to say this about myself. I grew up in a household where I didn't have no daddy. I didn't have no female. My mother was an alcoholic, so I didn't have no female teaching me responsibility about sex or not getting pregnant. I didn't have nobody teaching me nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I had kids young. Now I got 2 daughters. I talked to them, both my daughters, the same way. I told them what I went through. Don't do this, don't do that. Be responsible. I coached them. You know what I'm saying? Now my oldest daughter came out very responsible about herself. Now, that second daughter I had, oh, shit. It's like I didn't say nothing to her. So, at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? And then I can't say that I had a full household, but I coached them. I didn't have nobody to coach me. It's a difference when you got someone in your household that's talking to you, telling you the mistakes or telling you how to be responsible versus someone not telling you nothing. You just get out there in the world like I did. You know what I'm saying? So, you can't sit up there and always say, oh, she did this, she did that, she did. She may not have come from the raising of being responsible or knowing how to pick the right man or knowing what to look for in a man before she get pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's called a deal with situation.
And you know what? I'm going to add this to you.
So
there are some people who have mastered struggling. Who have mastered it.
Boy.
Like, they have mastered it.
And
I have not mastered it. I'm not trying to master it. But they, so having like multiple children going through, like, they have mastered that. Yeah.
She has 4 children by 4 different men, and some women just keep going to try to find something they did not have, and it just doesn't work like that, right?
Because they're missing that dad.
Your broken ass is never healing. You don't even love yourself enough to be anything that nobody can love.
And just like she was saying, between her 2 daughters, it's like you gave them both the same, and no matter how much we give, sometimes some kids just do it. We
see it. Everybody had that one person in the neighborhood where you like, damn, she pregnant again. Dang, she pregnant again. Dang, she pregnant again. And it be different people. And I'm not judging nobody, but I'm saying like that struggle, it has not been enough for them to say, damn, let me do something different.
And it should be a red flag to you that she got all these damn kids by all these different men and not one man stuck around.
And because this is another thing that I want to add to the conversation. Like, there are men, and I've seen this, where you don't agree with how she's raising her other kids. So why are you going up in her raw? Like, because if she get pregnant, you don't want her to be your mama, your baby mama.
That was the issue with me, because I didn't surveil the fucking situation deep enough for shit. This motherfucker live miles away, and I'm not going miles away.
So you just wanted some poo nanny.
Yeah.
So no, she came to me. I didn't want she came to you. Was coming to me. I wasn't going over there.
You know how slick y'all women's is.
She busted.
So let's give some shout outs. We see Paula Shoemake. I think she's from Atlanta. Nicole Jones said, I'm trying to call in. Floyd, he is also talking. We want to give a shout out.
Phone line, Kenya.
To give a shout out.
All right, Kenya, we appreciate your call, your opinions. We appreciate you.
Felix McBroom is saying West Side and East Side have had the same issues since before Jesus. Stop complaining and just raise them kids. No, let me tell you this, Felix.
She prevented me from raising. Give me the kid. Yeah, give him to me.
Like, listen.
Phone
If
lines
listen,
open, by the
ladies,
way.
if you know, like I know, if they want their kids, give them men. That's gonna be another conversation. Stop withholding these kids from their daddies. Like if you over here struggling, and I work in education, so I see like you over here struggling. Let them kids go with their daddy.
Absolutely.
You know what some women be through? They don't like the woman that they
He said, "Cry me a river,
like
good night."
They like the man. So what's up, caller? Who this? Where you calling from?
Hey, this is T from D.
T from the
So
D. What's happening?
I was just in a situation. I'm with my significant other, my husband. We've been together for 22 years. We both were pretty much done as far as having kids, and I wound up getting pregnant on birth control, using protection or whatever. But by this point, we wound up stopping. But I still was on birth control. Wound up getting pregnant. Mm-hmm. We both were done. You know, we already had 2 kids prior to this. But once I finally heard the kid's heartbeat and everything, I was like, okay, I can't. You know, I never had an abortion or anything like that. So I was like, I didn't want to go through with something like that. Mm-hmm. Long story short, you know, I sat him down and I asked him, like, do you really want to, you know, go through this, have kids, you know, bring 2 lives into the world or whatever. Whatever that you decide, then we're going to go along with it. I want to make sure that you're happy at the end of the day. And I said, no, we need to both be on the same page because I don't want this to cause any issues into our marriage. Mm-hmm. Long story short, I wound up losing both of the babies.
Oh, sorry to hear that. So sorry.
Thank you. So anyways, long story short, I do believe that it causes confusion into the relationship. I do think that a lot of females use kids against, you know, the men to try and, you know, get money out of them or get back at the male or whatever, you know, on purpose. I specifically know someone who has 10 kids.
Damn.
She has 10 kids.
People are having big families nowadays.
Yes, she has nine living. Okay. But she lies to the men. She'll go with the men and lie to them and tell them she has 2 or 3 kids.
You know what I'm saying?
And then turn around and get pregnant. And then later on down the line, now they find out she have all these other kids.
Yeah, wow. That's
crazy.
Yeah.
So I get both sides.
Right.
She got that good.
Jesus. Do she look like she got all those kids?
Do it matter?
No.
She must look like
I'm just saying she gotta look nice though.
No, she don't.
First of all, it's nothing wrong with having big families. Our great grandmothers had 10 and 12. 13.
Yeah, but 10 kids.
Yeah, that was back then, not now.
But that's when
not everybody on the block.
Right. To me, it was like back then. Okay, you have a family, but you have 2 parents in the household, and if you didn't have 2 parents, it was a whole village raising it. You know, the family.
Right.
Nowadays, you out here on your own.
You on your own.
You know,
I get it, but that goes back to what I said. Some people have mastered struggling, so they don't even realize like you do know, like you don't have to go through.
This a normal thing, right?
Yeah, and it's not, and it's not fair.
The thing, she's not even master struggling. She's struggling, and then she'll come to everybody else.
But she's mastered. The reason why I say she mastered struggling because she's okay with struggling. Like we look at it like the right person gonna look like, damn girl, you struggling. Like chill out. But they don't look at it like that. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah.
Man,
that's crazy.
So I do think it's unfortunate, and the way these kids now, it's a lot of kids raising kids, you know, and they out here, and then when they tired of them or they mad at the parent, at the other, you know, person that they laid down with, now, okay, I don't want to deal with this kid no more, or they don't discipline them, they too busy on their phone, or running up behind a man or a woman and not paying attention to the kids, and then the kids out here doing
relationship shit. They trying to go to the next one.
They got the little 9-year-old watching all the kids.
Right.
9-year-old the oldest, so she watching all the kids.
And I've seen so many kids who are so angry, so angry.
They had no life.
And I just want to say something really quick in regards to head over here. Women are slick, but men is too. I done dated, so this is both sides of the thing.
Slick, but y'all are slicker.
No. I don't believe deep. So I think it's both ends.
Y'all slick.
I done dated men that won't even claim their own damn children. 10 years later, I'll be like, you got how many kids? If you can't claim your own kids, you got a fucking problem.
But you just heard what she just said.
I understand what she's saying, but I just want to take up for us as women as well.
She said she tells niggas she only got 2 kids when she got.
But listen, Head. Do you know how many guys out here like I only got 1 baby mama? I only have 2. Like at the end of the day, listen.
Everybody covering up some shit.
But this is what I'm saying.
I ain't covering shit.
Like this is what I'm saying. When you lay down with somebody, and when you lay down with somebody and you're not using protection, and in her case, like some people use protection, right? But a life is created. That's not an easy thing to do, to just go say, okay, let me just get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Like, even if there is an understanding, like that's not an easy thing to do. You know what I'm saying? And that's another conversation that we'll hit on. We'll hit on.
Well,
like,
we appreciate you calling in, though.
Yeah, like that's another conversation.
Thank you, and
I
appreciate you all too, and I love the work that y'all doing.
Thank you so much, T. And
T, got that baby earlier too. So.
When we had that conversation about, you know what I'm saying, because that's a whole nother conversation, a whole nother level that we need to hit on. Like when you have a miscarriage, when you lose kids, you know what I'm saying, like, and you want to know. So when we have that conversation, we definitely want to bring you on as a special guest, okay?
I sure will.
Okay, thank you.
This is why I say women's slick, right? The women's. Now, y'all might not look at it like I'm talking about y'all, but the other women's out here, look, I done seen it all. I've been through it all.
Yeah, I mean, just like you seen it, we seen it.
You know, you got women's out here would take a nigga condom out the garbage can and would try to.
Nasty.
But here,
yes, I'm telling you.
Listen, but here, what I'm telling you is this, and I'm gonna say this, and I like.
Take that condom
you
home,
have
damn
to know. So this is what you have to be like. You have to know the person that you're dealing with.
You can't.
No, here, listen. You see it.
You
listen here. You may not see the whole picture, but you see a glimpse of the things that. Because I'm just telling you, the average woman is not going. First of all, the average woman not putting her hand in the trash can.
Listen, no, you.
Listen,
you
the
think
average
that.
woman.
Listen, you think that?
No, the average woman is not putting her hand in the trash can.
Hold on.
Who y'all dealing with?
It take inserting yourself into the right environment with that woman to see that shit, and they hide it well, right? Because I feel you, but I feel her too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Cuz don't know, cause ain't no been out here like that. You know what I'm saying? She been sheltered, but she don't know the things the women do.
And I get that she's been sheltered because she was married and all that, but that don't take away from her knowing.
But
I'll tell you, if a woman, my whole thing is, and we're gonna go into our clothing thoughts, okay? So my clothing thought is this, guys. Know who you fucking.
You don't know, no.
No, let me finish here because this is my closing statement.
You're right.
Investigate, communicate, spend some time with somebody. You might not get to know somebody all the time, but there's always something. Like if you ask Mark right now, he'll be like, damn, I seen
plenty
that.
Plenty of red flags.
I seen that, but I overlooked it because what my situation, what Mark was going through.
She had the pea booty. She had the big booty.
My point exactly. So there
it
is.
wasn't nothing about the see. I'm not no superficial nigga like that.
I'm just saying,
like, have no ass.
She
like
looking
that.
good.
No, but I'm saying like it was the way
there
she
for me
she
when I
made you
needed
feel
somebody.
a certain type of way.
That's
so,
what it was.
So in his circumstances, that red flag that he's seen that he could look at right now and say, "Damn, that was a red flag for me." But she made me. She made me feel like she was there for me in a moment of my time and need, right? So I looked over that red flag because I really needed that emotional support from her, right? Stop looking over these red flags because they are there and they're red and they're really there. I've looked over red flags before. I have 1,000 times. You have, we all have. We're not perfect. But sex is a great responsibility. People don't realize that. There is a pandemic right now in the city of Detroit. Herpes, gonorrhea is back. I mean, but we're not watching the news. But I'm talking about at an all-time high, right? So, sex comes with a great responsibility. We even talked about the soul ties of you having somebody having raw sex with you and your souls are intertwined. Now, you have a piece of this person in your body, so you have a piece of his energy. Whole nother topic, right? So, my whole thing is my closing thought is sex is a great responsibility. With responsibility, it requires some get to know who I'm with or who I'm dealing with, period. Be safe about it. Be smart. Lou, what's your final thought?
So listen, I'm going to say this. again, I started with this. 50 Cent said, have a baby by me, baby, be a millionaire. And I'm going to say, nigga, have a baby by Lou. Y'all, your legacy, your name is going to be amazing and great. It's going to live years beyond the years that you've ever seen. You have to know the caliber of woman, the type of woman that you're dealing with. You know what I'm saying? And, like, you know, when you are with somebody and you get to know them, and I'm not just saying know them because of, oh, this is what she looked like with her clothes off. I'm saying get to know her mindset, get to know her heart, get to know her likes and her dislikes, you know, get to know how she was raised and how, you know, the things that broke her heart. Get with that woman, you know what I'm saying? And all that other stuff, you know, going in condoms and trash and all of that stuff, like, who's doing that? You know what I'm saying?
Women.
Have a baby by me, and I promise you, your name gonna be in the history books. There it is.
Hey, you got a final thought?
Fellas,
Yeah.
watch out for these women's out here, because they slicker than guys. I'm telling you. Because she don't know. But I know. I done seen it all and been through it all. All these women, I ain't going to say all of them, but mostly, majority of them, they out here slick. And you do got some that would pick that condom up and would carry it home with them, and you do what they do with it.
Oh,
Let me say this. I'm a minority.
I'm just being honest.
me too, damn it.
I'm a minority.
I ain't going in no damn
The trash, and I'm
No
damn
nuts.
sure not
Listen,
picking up no nasty ass condom.
Man, y'all, hey, listen, y'all just don't know the things these women be
I'm
doing
just
out
saying.
here.
I'm just saying.
Nah,
If
we love
There's
listen,
a lot of things that you wouldn't do. There's a lot
but
of
what I'm
That's
saying
nasty.
is, who
Yeah.
picking up condoms
Listen.
of people like he
That's
said?
just like-
He
hold
on, let
said
me
have
tell
a
you
baby
this.
by me and
Hold on,
baby be a
let me tell you this.
millionaire.
Listen, look, cuz.
Millionaires around
Listen,
like
that's just like that Sydney Star. That's a transgender, right?
I'm not
She had
kidding,
did she was doing the interview, right? And the guy was asking her like, the guys don't know that you a guy. And then she was like, no, they don't know. He like, why not? She said because when they be having sex with me from the back, I guess he be holding his little thing. And he said soon they try to like grab the front towards it, he'll hit their hand like, I told you, you know what I'm saying?
Period.
So it just
Nicole Jones said her final thoughts is
Stop
stop fucking raw.
I don't
And I
fuck
think
raw.
On that note, we out, y'all. We love y'all. Be safe. We'll see
we
y'all
thank
next
you
Friday.
guys. Mwah. Thank you for tuning in to the Bathroom Chronicles.
You are now tuned in to 7 Mile Radio. 7 Mile Radio.